Welcome to my pet. Today we'll be talking about blood spatter patterns. Blood spatter patterns are important because during a crime scene they can tell a story of how a victim was hit, where they've been, where they've gone. So passive stains are only created from gravity and contact, and to explain that today I'll be dropping fake blood onto this glass from a 90-degree angle. So as you can see here, dropping this blood drop from a 90-degree angle, you can obviously see that there's a very smooth, even surface, but this only changes from the surface that it may be on. And to show an example of what I said before, we're going to drop fake blood onto wood to show that a different surface can change the evenness of a blood drop. So as you can see here, it's very, very light, but there's a little bit of scalping. So because it has a rougher surface, scalping will happen and change the way that the blood drop looks on the outer surface. With passive stains, there are 4 different ways a blood drop can look. It can look either smooth, uniform, scalped, or spiny. Satellite spattering, where in a crime scene this is something we'd look at if someone were to be stabbed, and this happens when blood has dropped onto each other numerous times, creating other little droplets around it. So as you can see here, because the blood was dropped, you have little blood droplets all around, and that's what causes satellite splattering. From what I just done with the satellite spattering, we're going to use this as an example for transfer stains, where say someone has gotten stabbed and has tried to get up but slipped. So as you can see here, from what has happened, their hand has ran through the blood and has gotten lighter, which causes feathering, and feathering helps interpret direction and movement. So this is another example of a transfer stain. So we're going to use this shoe to show an example of someone walking through a crime scene, which can show forensic scientists where they have gone. So what we're going to do here is just add the blood all over the shoe, smear it on, and then just apply it to our canvas. And as you can see, it gets a little bit lighter and lighter the more we go. Do all here, starts to get lighter. When forensic scientists look at something like this, they always try to find the darker bit and then find the lighter bit last, which the dark is the start of where they began and the light is where they finished. So what we're going to look at now is something called a flow pattern, and this is when gravity pulls blood down onto a pattern, onto a surface, sorry. So as you can see, gravity is pulling this volume of blood down, and this may happen when someone gets stabbed in the shoulder. When their body is erect, the flow pattern will run down their shoulder onto the ground, creating passive stains as well. Now we're going to talk about spatter patterns, and spatter patterns is when an external force hits an object, as say someone has been shot in the shoulder and it spurts out the back, or someone has been hit with a hammer. So what we're going to do is I'm going to put just a bit of blood on this piece of wood, and we're going to use this hammer and hit it. From blood spatters like this, it replicates someone being hit but can also replicate how someone's been hit. So if someone's been hit with a hammer and it's been flung back, there will be less blood at the front, but more blood being spurted like behind the person, due to the fact that the hammer may have gone through the person's head and been externally taken out.